Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So I'm in my living room and typically I've been limited by jumping the kettlebells up. But what I realized is since I'm demoing with the smaller kettlebell, I have a couple inches before I hit the ceiling. So I've been sticking to kind of Russian swing stuff, but since I found out that I can actually get some American swings in here with the lighter kettlebell, wanted to just spend a few minutes and talk about pacing kettlebell swings. So what happens to a lot of people is they don't take that extra step to figure out just different strategies that we can use. So even within a kettlebell swing, we can use the exact same techniques, but if our heart rate is kind of spiking a little too much, or if our heart rate is fine and we're trying to push the pace, we have to realize that we can speed up reps. Almost any type of rep we're doing, if it's pull-ups, push-ups, doesn't matter. We can speed up and slow down reps to kind of match what our pacing is trying to be and what our strategy is. And this should transfer out into the real world. We don't have one way of digging a hole. We should have a bunch of different ways that we can speed up and slow down. What typically works best is just to have consistent work. So being able to change those pacings kind of as we go can be incredibly powerful. So in the kettlebell swing, we can't really change how fast or slow we're going through 99% of it. Because if we try and slow down any of this, now we're having to use muscle instead of just letting gravity kind of take it down. We're having to use muscle, and we don't want to slow down any of this because we're using all of that momentum and that muscle elasticity, using them like rubber bands to kind of load up and go again. So our area where we can really slow and pace or speed up is going to be that overhead position. So if I'm trying to go fast, what I'm going to do is just hit that top position and just let it come right back down. And if I'm trying to slow it up, I'm just going to kind of pause overhead give me a split second, gives me more time in between my big jumping pattern efforts and gives me a little more time to breathe and control this. So I'm just going to do 3 slow at that pace, and then I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. But the main thing I'm trying to do, we'll see if I actually pull it off, is get into that straight up and down position overhead in the American swing. So just pausing up overhead, giving myself a little bit of time. And then if I'm going faster, I just hit that position and come right back down. So when you're pausing, it should be a position that you could just pause and balance. If it's not a position that you can pause and balance, then you're not truly hitting the top of the American swing. And we see that a lot. We see a lot of people leave kind of the bell part of the kettlebell just dumped out in front in a position like that. And when that's going on, well, you're not really getting the full range of motion of the shoulder and upper back, but there'd be no way for you to pause. So this is also a good way just to check in to see, are you truly getting to the top of that kettlebell swing where you can kind of hang out because you're stacked right there. And if that's forward at all, it's just going to dump forward on you. So it's a good test. It's also going to let you, if you're hitting that end range position, it's also going to let you spend a couple seconds there, breathe if you need to. Then if you're trying to speed it up, it's not just about getting to the top and coming down. You can actually get to the top and then pull just a little bit, almost like you're doing a toe to bar. Pull just a little bit to get it moving back the other direction. And you can go anywhere in between. So you can go pull it down, you can just kind of let it fall down, and then you can hang out there to get a couple extra breaths in. Hope that helps. Talk to y'all soon.